This is the OTB Network.
Welcome to a very busy edition of Horses and Courses, sponsored by Parting Glass Racing. I'm Jean Wood. Great weekend worth of racing action, both New York, Kentucky, and north of the border in Canada as well. We'll start things out at Keeneland, where they opened their meet last Friday. Their Fall Stars weekend loaded with stakes action, beginning with the Grade 1 First Lady on the turf.
And they're off in the First Lady, Precious Kitten and Dreaming of Anna. The two millionaires come out battling for the lead, and Precious Kitten will take the early advantage as Dreaming of Anna just off her flank into second. Heading into the first turn, Bayou's Lassie goes third. Roshani against the rail is fourth. Rutharian is tucked away to the inside in fifth. Forever Together is next on her outside, and Stormy West is seventh and last. They're all chasing Precious Kitten, who leads the field off the turn in 23 and 4/5 seconds for the opening quarter. Precious Kitten, the leader by almost a full length. Dreaming of Anna second, 3/4 of a length. And Bayou's Lassie stalks the pace from the far outside in third by a length. Roshani fourth against the rail, flanked by Forever Together. Rutharian is next to last, and Stormy West is the trailer at the midpoint of the backstretch. Precious Kitten continues to show the way. Dreaming of Anna right there between horses. Bayou's Lassie third on the far outside, and then Roshani back toward the rail. The half in 47 and 4/5 seconds. Forever Together still nearly 5 lengths off the lead. Rutharian next to last, and Stormy West trails midway on the far turn, and Precious Kitten still the one to catch. Dreaming of Anna tries to draw alongside from second. Bayou's Lassie put to a drive in third. Roshani looks toward the rail in fourth. Rutharian is fifth and still 5 lengths off the lead. So is Forever Together. Stormy West is last. Precious Kitten, the leader, past the 8th pole. Forever Together is coming after her. And here's Forever Together with a big charge on the outside in the final furlong of the First Lady. Forever Together is going to take it for Julienne Leperoux. She wins it by a length and a half. Precious Kitten second. Rutharian was home third, and Bayou's Lassie was fourth.
Forever Together drops back in distance and scores the victory last time out third in Canada in the Canadian behind J. Ray and Colwood Dancer. She'd won the Diana prior to that. A very impressive performance from off the pace by a length and a half over Precious Kitten, with Rutharian rallying to third. Forever Together is a Greyer Roan daughter of Belong to Me from Constant Companion by Relaunch. Bred in Kentucky by the White Fox Farm and owned by Augustin Stable, trained by Jonathan Shepard and ridden to victory by Julienne Leperoux. Forever Together covers the mile on the firm turf in 1:35 flat. We'll head back to Friday's card at Keeneland and the Darley Alcibiades for 2-year-old fillies.
They're at the post. And they're off in the Darley Alcibiades. Monty Bobbin comes out running for the lead as expected, and Be Smart is right there toward her inside as they go to the first turn. Devotee away running in third. Bon Jovi Girl is fourth up on the outside, but up front, Monty Bobbin has made the lead clear at the entry to the turn and now gets over to the rail. Monty Bobbin leads it by a length and a half. Be Smart goes second, a length and a half. Devotee is third, 3/4 of a length. Bon Jovi Girl is fourth on her outside. Gap of 3 lengths to August Rush between horses. Dream Empress now moves up into fifth against the rail, 5 lengths off the lead. Amanuela moves 3 wide from last onto the backstretch. 23 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Monty Bobbin now pressed for the lead once again by Be Smart from the outside. Devotee a close third. Bon Jovi Girl moves up fourth on the far outside. Less than a length separating the top 4, who are practically in a line now, as Be Smart and Devotee are both alongside of Monty Bobbin. Ahead separates the top 3. Another 2 lengths now to Bon Jovi Girl in the 4th position. Amanuela, then Dream Empress toward the inside. Break of 3 more lengths to August Rush in last. The half in 47 seconds flat. Be Smart midway on the far turn leads it by a half length now, and the unbeaten Monty Bobbin is facing a serious challenge, and she's given up the lead. With a quarter mile to come, Be Smart has the advantage by 2, and Dream Empress kicks into high gear in second. Devotee is still third off the final turn. Here comes Dream Empress to the outside, reeling in Be Smart. Monty Bobbin dropping through the field as Dream Empress strikes the lead in the final furlong of the Darley Alcibiades, and Dream Empress is going to take it, shaking free of Be Smart in second. Devotee third at the line. It's going to be Dream Empress for Robbie Alvarado, taking the Darley Alcibiades by 4 lengths. Then it was Be Smart second, Devotee, and Bon Jovi Girl.
Dream Empress, who had never set foot on other than turf in the afternoon, scores the victory here. She broke her maiden on the Saratoga turf last time out, and here moves on to the poly track quite nicely with a 4 1/4 length victory over Be Smart. Another New York shipper, Devotee, a maiden winner at Saratoga herself on the dirt, completes the top 3. Little disappointing was the favorite, Mani Bhavin. She did show good early speed before tiring on a racetrack that has been a little more kind to off-the-pace horses than the traditional Keeneland of a few years back, now that we have that synthetic surface. The winner, Dream Empress, is a bay daughter of Bernstein from Chinese Empress by Nijinsky, bred in Kentucky by Hopewell Investments and Glen Crest Farm and Brian Cross, owned by Live in the Dream Racing and trained by Ken McPeak. Ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado, Dream Empress covers the mile in the 16th and 1:43.82. Older sprinters in action next in the Grade 3 Phoenix.
And they're off in the Phoenix. Semaphore Man away running for the lead. Talent Search right there as well. Semaphore Man, Talent Search to the front together. Sing Baby Sing away third. Dysfunction is fourth. Legal Move is fifth on the far outside. Nakayama Arashi is sixth in between horses, moving up fifth, just over 4 lengths from the front. Then further back, Pictorial against the rail. Noon Mark on his outside. Karnak's Choice next to last. And Emirates to Dubai is the trailer. Opening quarter in 21 and 2/5 seconds. Talent Search against the rail leads it by a half length. Semaphore Man is second by 2. Sing Baby Sing is third by 2.5 lengths. Midway on the far turn. Then Dysfunction, who travels along in the 4th position. Nakayama Arashi a wide 5th. Legal Move is 6th. Noon Mark is 7th. Pictorial is 8th, turning for home. And Karnak's Choice 9th, Empress to Dubai is 10th and last. They're all chasing Talent Search, who leads Semaphore Man, Sing Baby Sing, then Dysfunction is 4th on the outside. Into the final furlong, Talent Search is the leader. Sing Baby Sing, and then Dysfunction on the far outside. Talent Search, Sing Baby Sing, running on. Talent Search, Sing Baby Sing at 26-1. Karnak's Choice goes to third. Sing Baby Sing pulls the upset for Justin Shepard in the Phoenix, then Talent Search and Karnak's Choice.
Sing Baby Sing. This was kind of an interesting result in that this horse at big odds, paying over $55 to win, had been running second 4 different times at 4 different tracks, Remington, Lone Star, Zia Park, and Prairie Meadows, but was able to turn the tables here when moving into Grade 3 company against some pretty nice horses. That's Talent Search running second. He ended up last year hitting the board in 3 Grade 1 sprints to end his season, but had not run at all this year. He returns off the layoff with a solid try, showing good speed. Karnak's Choice, a mainstay in Kentucky, completes the top 3. Sing Baby Sing is a bay son of Unbridled Song from Roll Over Baby by Rollin' On Over. Bred in Kentucky by Classic Star and owned by Tom Durant, trained by Jack Bruner and ridden to victory by Justin Shepard, Sing Baby Sing completes the 6 furlongs in 108.48. We'll return to Keeneland now and the running of the Woodford Stakes for older horses sprinting on grass.
And the Roth Canteen comes out running for the early lead. Distinguish has speed. Smart Enough moves up through a crowd of horses. Chamberlain Bridge down toward the inside. And from the far outside, Magic Texan. Magic Texan, center of the course. Chamberlain Bridge against the rail. That's the battle for the lead. Smart Enough is third in between those two as they head for the far turn. Atticus Christie moves up toward the inside in 4th. Distinguished 5th. Canteen is 6th. Knight's Cross is 5 wide and 7th, running 4 lengths off the lead. Hold the Salt is 8th on the outside, moving midway on the turn. And he has Starvinsky down toward his inside, running along in the 9th position. Bold Start near the back of the pack, along with Fort Prado, who's a dozen lengths from the front, a long way back to Run Sully Run, the trailer. Chamberlain Bridge leads the field. Smart Enough is right alongside, coming to the 8th pole. Smart Enough and Chamberlain Bridge duking it out into the final furlong. Atticus Christie tries to join them third. Starvinsky runs late 4th toward the inside. Hold the Salt and Fort Prado coming late but running out of time. Chamberlain Bridge at 18-1, chased by Smart Enough. Chamberlain Bridge, Jamie Theriault to take the Woodford by 2 lengths.
Chamberlain Bridge, yet another Midwesterner shipping in from the Oklahoma-Texas circuit to score a victory in Kentucky at big odds. This one paying almost $40 in the win spot under Jamie Theriault as Chamberlain Bridge gets to the front and never looks back, winning by a length and a half from another returnee and Smart Enough. He had been away since the beginning of April. Fort Prado rallies, as is his usual running style, to finish third. Chamberlain Bridge is a Bay Gelding, a son of War Chant, from She's Got Class by Trimpolino. Bred in Kentucky by Eugene Melnick and owned by Carl R. Moore Management Limited, trained by Brett Calhoun and ridden to victory by Jamie Theriault. Chamberlain Bridge covers the 5.5 in 102.39. Next up, Grade 1 company for 2-year-olds in the Lane's End Breeders' Futurity.
And they're off in the Lane's End Breeders' Futurity. Majestic Blue broke sharply between horses. Square Eddie has early speed, not on the same page toward the inside. Flashman's Papers up close and fourth, heading into the first turn. The Poser is stacked up 5 wide in fifth. Zion is sixth. Reynaldo the Wizard moves up a couple of spots down toward the inside into the fifth position, midway on the first turn. And then further back, Advice is caught 3 wide, 7 lengths off the early lead. His Greatness to his inside. Terrain next to last. And Pioneer of the Nile is 11th and last, opening quarter in 23 seconds. Not on the same page, leads it by 2.5 lengths onto the back stretch. Majestic Blue closing the gap now from second. Square Eddie third. Deposer on the far outside is fourth. Flashman's Papers fifth toward the inside. Advice moves into contention between horses, running 3.5 lengths off the lead in sixth. Zion is seventh. Reynaldo the Wizard eighth against the rail. Terrain moves 3 wide in ninth, 5 lengths off the lead. Further back, His Greatness and Pioneer of the Nile last. 47-2 was the time for the half. Not on the same page, leading Majestic Blue only by a half length into the far turn. And Flashman's Papers is third, looking for more running room. Square Eddie toward the far outside. Deposer in the center of the track. Advice between horses. Pioneer of the Nile is 4 wide at the quarter pole, still 5 lengths off the lead. Majestic Blue the leader. Square Eddie goes to second. Pioneer of the Nile on the far outside. Not on the same page, has dropped back. Flashman Papers looks for room. Into the stretch, Square Eddie has the lead by 2 lengths clear. Terrain is running late to second in the final furlong. But Square Eddie opens up clear past the 16th pole, and Square Eddie in a rub for Rafael Bejarano. It's all Square Eddie. Terrain crossed the line in second, and Pioneer of the Nile and Deposer in 1 minute, 43 seconds.
Square Eddie scoring the victory, yet another pretty good price at this Keeneland meet, as he wins by 4 3/4 lengths over Terrain, with Pioneer of the Nile finishing in the third spot with a big 5 wide bid. The winner, Square Eddie, making his U.S. debut, had broken his maiden in Great Britain at Salisbury, which is far from being a first-rate racetrack. He did run second in a Group 3 last time out on the Poly track at Kempton. They decided to take a shot with him here, and it certainly proves worthwhile as he kicks clear to win very impressively. Square Eddie is a chestnut colt, a son of Smart Strike from 40 Grand by El Grand Senor, bred in Ontario by Kinghaven Farms Limited and owned by J. Paul Redham. Trained by John Best and ridden to victory by Rafael Bejarano, Square Eddie covers the mile in the 16th in 143.04. Next up, we'll head back to the turf course at Keeneland and the Grade 1 Shadwell Turf Mile.
And they're off in the Shadwell Turf Mile. Thorn Song shows early speed, comes right out along with Kingship. And these two come to the front to contest the top spot heading into the first turn, already opening up by 3 lengths on the rest of the field. And Thorn Song from the outside has the lead. Kingship now settles back into the second position by a length and a half as they move midway on the turn. Corellian is third. Rahi's Attorney fourth on the outside, 3 lengths off the lead. Warmonger fifth against the rail. Lovelace goes sixth. French Beret a wide seventh. Lord Admiral eighth between horses. Elusive Fort toward the inside. Then Society's Chairman Shakis is running next to last, and Buffalo Man is 12th and last. 23-1 the time for the opening quarter. Thorn Song shows the way by a length and a half. Rahi's Attorney moves on the far outside. Corellian between horses, and Kingship fourth against the rail. Warmonger is fifth behind that trio, 3 lengths off the lead, flanked by Lovelace. Then a gap of 2 to Lord Admiral, joined by French Beret, Society's Chairman far outside. And then further back, Elusive Fort, Shakis still next to last. Buffalo Man, the trailer, 46-1 was the time for the half, and Thorn Song is a quarter mile out, leading it by 2.5 lengths off the far turn. Kingship, then Rahi's Attorney, and Warmonger tries to get shook loose toward the outside. Warmonger now from fourth to third, and Lovelace needs to find more lingering behind that one. Warmonger keeps striding forward to tackle the leader. Thorn Song on the inside, Warmonger on the outside. Rahi's Attorney is third. Shakis is charging late. Thorn Song has the lead at the line. Thorn Song hanging on to take the Shadwell Turf Mile For Robbie Alvarado, it'll be a multiple horse photo for place. The time, 1 minute 34 and 4/5 seconds.
Thorn Song scoring the victory. In fact, the finish of this race looking an awful lot like the finish of the Baruch, except for that Shakis and Warmonger were not able to run past Thorn Song late. As he often gets to the front in the early going, he was able to lull them to sleep, just settling into a nice rhythm, not too slow. And Robbie Alvarado able to hold them at bay by 1.25 lengths. Shakis making his usual off-the-pace move. Warmonger along with him, getting a little bit of traffic trouble. Not quite the clearest of paths, but certainly was well within striking distance and no match for the top two. The winner, Thorn Song, a gray or roan son of Unbridled Song from Festal by Stormbird, bred in Kentucky by Pinnacle Racing Limited and Tailor Made Farm, owned by Zayat Stable and trained by Dale Romans. Ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado, Thorn Song covers the mile in 1:34.97. Next up, filly and mare sprinters in the Thoroughbred Club of America Stakes.
And they're off in the Thoroughbred Club of America Stakes. Wild Gams broke well, but so did Graham 6 and Sugar Swirl and Indiana. Those three come to the front, joined by Any Limit, who's fourth on the far outside. Indiana moves up the rail to put ahead in front. Graham 6 is second, a half length between horses. Sugar Swirl goes third. Any Limit is fourth on the far outside. Wild Gams broke well, but is now fifth toward the inside, nearly 5 lengths off the lead. Cassius Girl is sixth. Indian Delight seventh on her outside. And Sweet Hope eighth and last, running 9 lengths off the lead. Opening quarter in 21 and 3/5 seconds. Indiana against the rail leads at 3/4 of a length. Sugar Swirl is second by 3/4 of a length. Graham 6 is third toward the inside, now 3 lengths off the leader as they turn for home, with Any Limit fourth on her outside, followed by Wild Gams, Indian Delight, then Cassius Girl, and Sweet Hope wide at the back. Coming to the 8th pole, Indiana has the lead by 2.5 to Wild Gams, and Wild Gams has clear sailing toward the leader. They're at the furlong marker. Indiana responding, still leads at 1.5 lengths. Wild Gams trying to find more at the 16th pole. Indiana has a short lead. Wild Gams is there on the outside. Indiana, Wild Gams, head-bobbing photo finish for the win in the Thoroughbred Club of America.
Indiana back to her winning ways, running her record to 5 for 6 lifetime. She had suffered only one career defeat, that coming up here at Saratoga. She heads back to Polytrack after having run well over it in California and wins by a head over the late-moving Wild Gams in off of a win in the Masters at Presque Isle. Sugar Swirl completes the top 3. The winner, Indiana, is a gray roan daughter of Indian Charlie from Merchant by Silver Ghost, bred in Kentucky by Offshoot Farm Limited and owned by David and Jill Hirensberger. Trained by Greg Gilchrist and ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado, Indiana covers the 6 furlongs in 1:08.50. We'll head into the Sunday card now at Keeneland with a pair of stakes beginning with the Woodford Reserve for 2-year-olds on grass.
No ball.
And they're off. Ghost 5 and Dynamic Force both have early speed. They come to the front together, then Biddle Road down toward the inside. Ghost 5 is going to be the one to take the early advantage. But here comes a whole slew of challengers as they go to the first turn. Ninth Client draws alongside the leader, but Caro from the far outside is up close to press the pace. Appalachian Trail, a close fourth between horses. Giant Oak now goes fifth, just 2 lengths off the lead around the first turn. Ninth Client has the lead by a neck. Vaquero far outside. Ghost 5 close up third, down toward the rail, heading onto the back stretch. Giant Oak is racing in the 4th position. Albin is 4 wide in 5th. Then Dynamic Force back toward the rail, moves up a couple of spots, 2.5 lengths off the lead. Appalachian Trail between horses, running within 2 lengths of the lead now and moving up toward the outside. Further back, Hardy Boy is 5 lengths from the front. Jack Spratt just off his flank. Driving Snow is next. Biddle Road gets shuffled out 7 lengths from the lead against the rail at a gap of 8 more lengths back to Just Like Biscuit, the trailer. 23-2 for the quarter, 47-4 the time for the half. Ninth Client and Vaquero, the top 2, into the far turn. And they go stride for stride, 1.5 lengths in front of Albin in third. Appalachian Trail, Ghost 5 back toward the inside. Jack Spratt stays in the center of the course, 4 lengths off the lead. Dynamic Force is next, and both Giant Oak and Biddle Road have running to do, 7 lengths from the front off the far turn. Ninth Client and Vaquero, the top 2. Dynamic Force goes next. And then Driving Snow, who's coming down the center of the course. Driving Snow uncorking a rally past the 8th pole. Vaquero, 9th Client, the top two. Driving Snow and Biddle Road goes to 4th. Driving Snow, Biddle Road. Driving Snow, Biddle Road is coming on. Driving Snow, Biddle Road. Biddle Road gets up, coming from far back to take the Woodford Reserve Bourbon.
Battelle Road is now 3 for 3 off of victory in Saratoga in the With Anticipation Stakes. He scores by a head from well back off the pace over Driving Snow, another one rallying from off the pace in his U.S. debut. 9th Client, involved right from the get-go, holds on to finish 3rd. The winner, Battelle Road, is Dark Bear Brown Son of Stormy Atlantic from Sultry Sal by Sultry Song. Bred in Kentucky by John Aracane and owned by James Scatorcio and John Aracane. Trained by Todd Fletcher and ridden to victory by Rajiv Murad, deputizing for the injured John Velasquez. Battelle Road covers the mile in a 16th and 144.29. Next up, Grade 1 fillies and mares in the Juddmonte Spinster.
They're at the post. And they're off in the Juddmonte Spinster. Jaboom from between horses comes out for the lead along with Sharp Susan, who's there toward her inside, and Sharp Susan moves up to take the advantage. Jaboom is right alongside, however, heading into the first turn. Rosinka close up 3rd on the far outside. Carriage Trail is 4th back toward the inside. Running Sea 5th between horses. Say You Will goes 3 wide and 6th around the first turn. Wake Up Maggie 7th back toward the inside. Unbridled Bell is 3 wide and 8th, running 6 lengths off the early lead. Little Bell to her inside, and Model is trailing the field off the first turn, 23 and 3/5 seconds for the opening quarter. Sharp Susan leads it by 2 lengths. Jaboom second, 3 parts of a length. Rosinka third, a half length. Carriage Trail is 4th by 3 parts of a length. Then Running Sea between horses. And Say You Will on the far outside. Wake Up Maggie back toward the rail. Unbridled Bell still 8, 6 lengths off the lead. Up front, there goes Rosinka. There goes Jaboom. Moving by to the outside of Sharp Susan through a half in 47 and 2/5 seconds. Sharp Susan now fighting back toward the rail. Rosinka far outside has the lead. Jaboom is alongside of Sharp Susan, battling for second. Carriage Trail 3 wide and 4th. 2 lengths from the front. Wake Up Maggie, 5th back toward the inside. Say You Will in the center of the track is 4 lengths off the lead. Running Sea, then Unbridled Bell, who's 8 lengths off the lead. Little Bell alongside of her at the quarter pole. Model is last, and here's Carriage Trail to take the lead into the stretch. Carriage Trail leads it by a length and a half, 2 lengths clear of Rosinka. Then Jaboom and Wake Up Maggie, who's coming late toward 3rd along the inside. Model running late from 5th on the grandstand side. Carriage Trail drifting wide but well in front of the field. She's in front by 5, drifting out to the grandstand side. But Carriage Trail will take it for Kent DeSormo by a convincing margin. Model was home second, and then Rosinka and Little Bell.
Tricky race to handicap in that the bulk of these fillies were actually turf horses. In fact, Rosinka scratched out of the First Lady for this spot, but it was all Carriage Trail, despite the fact that she was bearing out rather dramatically, giving a nice show to everybody standing out on the apron as she galloped by a little closer than usual, but she won off by almost 8 lengths. Imagine how much she could have won by if she'd run straight. Model running well to finish second. This is a horse in from California with a considerable amount of polytrack experience. Rosinka settling for 3rd. The winner, Carriage Trail, who had certainly improved when moved onto the turf, was second to wait a while in the Boston Spa last time out. She is a 5-year-old bay mare, a daughter of Giants Causeway from Manoa by Seeking the Gold. Bred in Kentucky by Stuart S. Janney III in the Phipps stable. Owned by the breeders and trained by Shug McGahee. Ridden to victory by Kent DeSormo, Carriage Trail covers the 9 furlongs in 146.77. We'll pause now for a brief message. When we return, we'll be heading north of the border to Woodbine. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now at Woodbine near Toronto, Canada. A huge day of racing on Saturday, kicking things off the Summer Stakes for 2-year-olds on turf.
They're at the post. They're off in the Summer Stakes. Utterly Cool broke well. Now Win and Rain comes on, and Just Not Jessie splits them and comes on the outside. Taken in hand toward the rail is a Star of David. Then we have a Grand Adventure who's back in 5th and 3.5 lengths off the lead, followed by the filly Frega. Skip at 8 has one beaten, that is Perfect Shower. And it's Win and Rain who's setting the pace. The opening quarter on this firm going is 23-2. And it's Win and Rain as they head toward the far turn. Star of David has improved down on the inside in 2nd position. Just Not Jessie in hand in 3rd. Grand Adventure is between 2-year-olds in 4th position. The favorite Utterly Cool's out there 3 wide and a length and 3/4 off the lead. A break of 2. To Skip at 8th, then Frega and Perfect Shower. The opening half mile was in 47-1. Less than 3 furlongs to go in the Summer Stakes. Win and Rain, Just Not Jessie is getting closer. Utterly Cool poised to take on the leaders as they swing off the turn. And they hit the quarter pole. It's wide open, anyone's race. Gomez sets down Just Not Jessie. Win and Rain trying to find some more. And Grand Adventure is running a hole in the wind. And here comes Skip at 8 to the inside. They are in the final 1/8 of a mile. And it's Grand Adventure and Eurico Rosa da Silva. Skip at 8 is flying right at the rail. This is going to be tight. Here is the wire. Picture time. Was it Grand Adventure or Skip at 8? Star of David was 3rd.
Woodbine moved this race back a little bit. It had been run earlier in the fall, and they've obviously responding to the Breeders' Cup offerings on the grass. And Grand Adventure earns himself a bit of a nod here with a game head victory over Skip a Date. Skip a Date, who had dead heated for the victory up at Saratoga with ninth Client. Both of them hitting the board in good stakes company over this weekend, and both of them at pretty good prices. Star of David at 38-1 completes the top 3. Grand Adventure is now 2 for 2 off of a maiden special weight victory here in Woodbine. He is a 2-year-old dark Bayer Brown son of Grand Slam from Val Marie by Coronado's Quest. Bred in Kentucky by the Gulf Coast Farm Limited and owned by Sam Sun Farm. Trained by Mark Frostad and ridden a victory by Eurico Rosa da Silva. Grand Adventure covers the mile on the firm turf in 135.86. We'll head right back to Toronto now in the running of the Grade 2 Nearctic for older horses going 6 on grass.
They're off in the Nearctic Stakes, and true to tradition, broke like a bullet for the early lead. Spartacus will run with that one to the inside. Hero's Reward is 3rd. Rouse the Cat is in 4th position. Helville to the inside, 5th and off duty 6th. The Great Caruso just rushing. Santiago with Titlin. A break of 3 to Storm Treasure. Mulmer has one beaten. That is Quietly Mine. They ran through the opening a quarter mile, and they're going quickly 22-3. And it is Starticus. Starticus at the 3/8 pole. True to tradition is 2nd. Hero's Reward. The Great Caruso looms large on the far outside in the red cap. Rouse the Cat appears to have some run in behind horses as they straighten away into the lane. A mad dash to the wire. True to tradition, here comes Hero's Reward with a lively run on the outside. Starticus has put the pressure to the inside. Then Rouse the Cat. Starticus, game and determined at the rail. True to tradition, Hero's Reward on the outside. Starticus, a heart the size of the grandstand. True to tradition, here comes Rouse the Cat. What a finish! True to tradition, and Rouse the Cat in a stirring photo finish in the Nearctic.
True to tradition. This guy absolutely astounds me that he's paid the kind of money that he did here. Last time out, he won the Turf Monster after just getting nosed on the turf sprinting in the Moe Bay at Delaware. The Turf Monster run at Philadelphia Park against some very nice horses. The horse that ran 3rd that afternoon, Rouse the Cat, running 2nd here in this exacta, but it still paid over $570. Starticus completes the order of the top 3. The heavy favorite in this field, Helvellyn, who actually ran on the same day as the Turf Monster in a race that, true to tradition, had been scratched from at Saratoga. He finished third that day, perhaps a little bit of a bounce in his second start in North America. The winner, true to tradition, is a bay gelding, a son of Rahi from Successful Dancer by Fortunate Prospect. Bred in Kentucky by Live Oak Stud and owned by Ben Mondello and Adam Russo. Trained by Scott Lake and ridden to victory by Kendrick Carmouche. True to tradition covers the 6 furlongs in 109.11. We'll head into Grade 1 company now. Fillies and Mares in the E.P. Taylor will join the Taylor in progress.
And it's Folk Opera being coddled on a lead of a length and a half. Green Lions is in a second position at opening quarter in 26-2. Folk Opera in a comfortable lead. Green Lions, Shadows, Folk Opera in second. Tokay Decatur down to the inside, third, and Colwood Dancer is fourth. Sealy Hill's back in fifth and 4.5 lengths off the lead. Then we have Royal Pleasure and Hostess. J. Ray's in hand to Joe Bravo, and Classy Landlady is the trailer. Dottore and Folk Opera through a 51-2 initial half mile. And it's Folk Opera by 3/4 of a length. Watched intently by Green Lions in second. Tokay Decatur bottled up inside. She appears to have some run. Colwood Dancer is to the outside in fourth position. Then Sealy Hill in fifth. Royal Pleasure is in sixth. J. Ray starts to inch up at the rail from seventh. Then Hostess and a Classy Landlady. 3/4, 116-3. Folk Opera trying to go it all the way on the front end. Has been shadowed throughout by Green Lions. Tokay Decatur waiting for a seam. Colwood Dancer is on the outside. Royal Pleasure is getting closer on the far outside, and they turn into the lane to the roar of the crowd. And Dottore sets down Folk Opera. On the outside, Green Lions. Colwood Dancer is on the far outside. Folk Opera still the one to catch. They're in the final eighth of a mile. Folk Opera by 2. Colwood Dancer. Sealy Hill is on the far outside. Folk Opera went to the front and made every pull a winning one. Folk Opera scores a smashing victory in the E.P. Taylor Stakes over Colwood Dancer and Sealy Hill. J. Ray was fourth.
Folk Opera scoring the victory very impressively, and she was the favorite in here with very good reason. She had been running against some very serious racehorses, including Zarkava, who beat her last time out in France. She is obviously perhaps getting a little bit of class relief, as Zarkava, I think it's fair to say, is the best 3-year-old in the world, off an exciting victory in the Arc de Triomphe on Sunday. Folk Opera gets the victory here as she gets a chance to lull them to sleep on the front end, as is her usual running style in Europe. Colwood Dancer rallies well to finish second. Sealy Hill improves on some of her recent form for the third spot. Folk Opera is a chestnut filly, a daughter of Singspiel from Skiphall by Holling, bred in Ireland by Abbeville and Meadow Court Partners, owned by Godolphin. Trained by Saeed bin Suror and ridden to victory by Frankie Dettori. Folk Opera covers the 1.25 miles in 2:03.70. Next up, we'll return to Canada, the running of the Pattison Canadian International.
They're off in the Pattison Canadian International. Off the step slow was Murlian, and Marlang is sent out for the early lead. And it's Marlang down toward the rail. To the outside is Luke Carno, and Seaside Retreat is taken in hand. Marshside also relaxed off the early pace. Quijano will save ground as they take that incline up to the backstretch. Then we have a Loro and a Spice Route. Then the Murlian and a Champs-Élysées, and Dottore has Dr. Dino, last of them all, as they head up to the backstretch. Luke Carno is isolated on the lead. Luke Carno. And Jimmy Fortune is trying to get him to relax out there on the front end. That opening quarter was in 24-4. Marlang is in pursuit in second, and Marshside third as they enter the backstretch. Seaside Retreats clear of trouble on the outside in fourth, and Quijano's at the hedge in fifth. Then we have Loro. Loro's back sixth and 4.5 lengths off the lead. Also saving ground along the backstretch is Murlian. Spice Route to the outside of Murlian. Then Dr. Dino and Champs-Élysées, and Marlang comes on the outside of Luke Carno to take over the lead. The opening half mile was in 50-3. And it's Marlang as they head toward the far turn, leading Luke Carno by a half a length. Marshside's Out of trouble on the outside. Third, Quijano's getting a perfect trip. Will need a way out, though. Then we have Loro, who appears to have some run as they head into the far turn. Then Seaside Retreat, who has 3.5 to come. Murlian also needs running room. Then Spice Route. Dr. Dino is 5 lengths off the lead and trailing is Champs-Élysées. They ran a mile in 1:40. And coming back on the inside is Luke Carno. It's Marlang by a head. Luke Carno on the inside. Marsh Side is set down now. Seaside Retreat. Lotto begging for running room. Quijano also needs a seam. And Dr. Dino is an intimidating presence on the grandstand side. They're coming through the lane. 3/6 to the wire. Seaside Retreat, Marsh Side to the inside. Dr. Dino, Champs-Élysées begins to close down the center of this EP Taylor turf course. And it's Marsh Side who has come away with the lead. Marsh Side in a stunning upset in the Pattison Canadian International. He's 25-1. A place photo between Spice Route and Champs-Élysées.
Marsh Side scoring another upset victory and another huge exacta here, keyed by horses that had run very well in the legitimate preps for this race. Marsh Side was beaten only 3/4 of a length by Champs-Élysées, Quijano, and Seaside Retreat last time out, yet went off at a huge odds of almost 30-1 to score the victory here under Javier Castellano. Spice Route, who had been only a 1/4 length back in that Northern Dancer, scores here the second spot at 38-1, keying an exacta that paid well over $1,000. Champs-Élysées rallies into third after swinging wide. Marsh Side is a Bay son of Gone West from Colonial Play by Pleasant Colony, bred in Kentucky by Robert S. Evans and owned by the breeder, trained by Neil Drysdale and ridden a victory by Javier Castellano. Marsh Side covers the 1.5 miles in 2:28.73. We're going to head back to Canada now for a pair of 2-year-old stakes races on the Sunday afternoon card. We'll start with the Grey Breeders' Cup. A Grade 3 will join the Grey in progress.
6 furlongs to go in the Grey. And it's Bears Conductor by just over a length. An on-hold Dance into Heaven is in second position. Mind That Bird's to the inside third. Southern Exchange is ranking behind horses. He wants his head, wants Jones to cut him loose. He's still tossing his head about. Back in 5th position is Red Leader. Red Leader's 3.5 lengths off the lead. Then Stimulus Plan, the opening half mile in 49-1. And freewheeling it out there is Bears Conductor. Dance into Heaven is second. Down on the inside is Mind That Bird. Southern Exchange is in the clear out there, 3 wide and 2 lengths off the lead. Then Red Leader, and being roused from last is Stimulus Plan. Less than 2.5 furlongs remain in the Grey. Bears Conductor still winging it out there on the lead. Mind That Bird has a seam and angles outside for Chantel Sutherland as they straighten into the lane. And it's Bears Conductor, Mind That Bird, Stimulus Plan. Southern Exchange, not today. Here comes Mind That Bird to take on Bears Conductor. To the outside, Red Leader's coming hard. Mind That Bird, a narrow lead. Mind That Bird, gallant in the Grey. Bears Conductor was second. Show photo, Stimulus Plan, and Red Leader.
Mind That Bird. His last 3 performances were all victories, and here he scores. It's still at a $14.50 mutual over Bears Conductor with Stimulus Plan rallying to third. Little disappointing was the odds-on choice Southern Exchange, who ran 6th and last after having run 4th, very nice 4th, in the Del Mar Futurity last time out. The winner, however, Mind That Bird, is a 2-year-old Bay Gelding, a son of Birdstone from Mining My Own by Smart Strike. Bred in Kentucky by La Mancha, Blackburn, and Needham Betts Thoroughbreds, owned by Dominion Bloodstock, D. Hall et al., and trained by David Cody. Ridden to victory by Chantel Sutherland, Mind That Bird covers the 1.16 miles in 1:44.45. Next up, it's 2-year-old fillies on Sunday afternoon at Woodbine in the Mazarine. We'll join the Mazarine in progress.
That opening 1/4 mile was in 24-1. 5 furlongs to go in the Mazarine. And loose on the lead is 15-1 shot Georgia Song. Georgia Song by 2.5. Livin' Lovin' and a patient Ramon Dominguez down on the inside second. Alongside is After the Applause. Retraceables out there 3 wide. That opening half mile in 48-3. Still chasing. Georgia Song to the final turn. Livin' Lovin' After the applause between horses, Retraceable still 3 wide. Then there's a break of 2. Van Leer Rose is well within range, needing some running room. Will be dancing on the edge. Mullins Bay begins to accelerate midpoint of the turn. Babylonians out wide, and they're inside the quarter pole. Georgia Song and Ram Sammy, they're still there. Now Dominguez sets down Livin' Lovin' on the inside, and here comes Livin' Lovin'. Livin' Lovin' at the 8th pole comes on to the inside of Georgia Song, and on the far outside it is Van Leer Rose. Livin' Lovin' and Van Leer Rose to settle the Mazarine. Sutherland and Van Leer Rose win the Mazarine Stakes, finishing second Livin' Lovin', and Georgia Song was third.
Van Leer Rose getting a grade 3 victory here. She won the restricted Muskoka last time out right here at Woodbine. Here she rallies to a half a length victory over the favorite Livin' Lovin', who looked like she might have this one wrapped up when she headed into the top of the stretch. Georgia Song, the early pace setter, yields at the top of the stretch and settles for third. The winner, Van Leer Rose, is a dark Bear Brown 2-year-old daughter of Stroll from Devaluation by Conquistador Cielo. Bred in Ontario by Kingview Farm and owned by the breeder, trained by Catherine Day Phillips, and ridden to victory by Chantal Sutherland. Van Leer Rose covers the mile in the 16th in 1:43.69. We will head back to the United States, back to New York, and before we head to Belmont, we'll stop at Finger Lakes and we'll take a look at the richest race ever run at Finger Lakes, Saturday afternoon's New York Breeders' Futurity.
We're ready for the 46th running of the New York Breeders' Futurity, and there they go. And looking at her, got away very quickly. 5-star Chowdare already on the attack. Here comes Dag Nabbit from the inside. Mother Russia wants to mix it up. And also there is Gold for the Queen from the top shelf. Saturday Night Sandy comes away 4 lengths from the front. Along the inside is Good Morrow with more than 6 to make up. Legal Consent joins him and advances from the outside. For the back, Poach Away Mom's Boy. And at the tail is the debutante. Fast approach at 21-4, opening quarter, 3 furlongs to travel. On the lead, we have Looking at Her and Dag Nabbit. They share the top spot. Gold for the Queen is right there from third, 3 wide. For the back race is Mother Russia. And closing to the far outside, coming into the scene with a run. On the far outside is Legal Consent. Top of the lane in the 46th running of the New York Breeders' Futurity, Dag Nabbit. And also there is Legal Consent, who has made a big move up to the front. And Legal Consent finds the front, runs away from Dag Nabbit. And third is Mother Russia. I'm going to Looking at Her Mom's Boy late on the scene into fourth. But here's Legal Consent and Dennis Carr. They capture the richest race ever run at Finger Lakes. That's Legal Consent over Dag Nabbit, Mother Russia, and Mom's Boy, the 46th running of the New York Breeders' Futurity to Legal Consent.
Shipping in with a pair of very nice horses in here was Lansden Robbins, one for Carlos Martin. That was a maiden. The other for Richard Dutrow, a proven stakes commodity. But it was the maiden who scored the victory here. And it was Legal Consent who had made his career debut, rather, at Belmont, running a good effort second behind Haynesfield in a special weight event. They decided to send him up here and scored the victory. Again, the richest race ever run at the Finger Lakes Racetrack, going to Legal Consent. Dag Nabbit, the stablemate, running second, a neck in front of Mother Russia, a filly who heading into this race was 2 for 2. Legal Consent is a dark Bear Brown son of officer from Flame Trick by Mount Livermore, bred in New York by Lansden B. Robbins and owned by the breeder, trained by Carlos Martin and ridden to victory by Dennis Carr. Legal Consent covers the 6 furlongs in 111.59. We'll pause for another brief message. When we return, we'll be taking a look at a great weekend's worth of stakes action from Belmont. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now at Belmont Park. We're going to head back to Wednesday. They, on Wednesday, carded the Miss Griot for 2-year-olds, the Pilgrim for 2-year-olds, both on the turf. These were recards of races that were postponed due to weather conditions over the previous weekend. We'll start with the Grade 3 Miss Griot for 2-year-old fillies.
There's a half mile to go, the opening half, 49-2. Miss Bodine is still the leader. Casanova Move is pressing there on the outside. From the back of the pack, like a shot, here's Our Golden Dream with a 5-wide sweep. Our Golden Dream has just passed about 5 horses in about 5 strides. Also moving with it was Merrim. Now they're coming to the top of the stretch. Casanova Move, Our Golden Dream on the outside. Miss Bodine down toward the rail. Merrim is in between horses. And My Magic Moment. Consequence looking for a way out for some running room now. And Freedom Rings has come through on the rail. It's Merrim, Freedom Rings, and My Magic Moment. Consequence far outside. Coming down to the finish now. Freedom Rings comes up the fence. Merrim is surging on the outside. Between those two, My Magic Moment. And it's a blanket finish that will go to Merrim. Merrim won it narrowly. 3-way photo there for the runner-up spot.
Maram scoring the victory to run her record to 2 for 2. She had broken her maiden in a high-price claimer on the turf at Saratoga with a rallying bid. Here gets a neck victory over Freedom Rings, who ran very well inside on the turf. This filly remains a maiden but has run some terrific efforts. My Magic Moment completes the order of the top 3 after showing very good speed. The winner, Maram, is a dark bay or brown daughter of Sam from American Dreamer by Quest for Fame. Bred in Kentucky by Politis Investments and Harem Corporation, owned by Karen N. Woods, and trained by Chad Brown. Ridden to victory by Jose Lezcano, Maram covers the mile in a 16th on the turf course, labeled yielding in 146.12. We'll head right back to Wednesday's card at Belmont in the Grade 3 Pilgrim.
So they make their way into the backstretch run, and the pacemaker is going to be Show Me the Cash. Show Me the Cash out there on the lead as Javier Castellano gets in the settle down here. Leads by 2.5 lengths. And then it's Duke of Hamburg is a little keen while running along in second. The opening quarter over the yielding going here, 26 seconds flat. Farther back in third place, it's Relatively Ready, followed by Elusive Bluff down toward the rail. Herr Mozart at the back of the pack in Pinoformer. Down the backstretch run, 5 furlongs front to back, and up front it's Show Me the Cash. On an uncontested lead, Show Me the Cash now angling outside. Duke of Hamburg is second with a half mile to go. The opening half went in 51 1/5 seconds. Around the far turn, Show Me the Cash has been leading throughout, no real pressure. Duke of Hamburg now edging a bit closer, running in second, Relatively Ready. There, 3 wide. Pinoformers had a beautiful trip last earlier on, has now moved up steadily on the inside, just 2.5 from the lead, is Pinoformer. From the back of the pack, Herr Mozart now revving up on the outside, and Elusive Bluff, and anyone could win it from here. The field turns feet home. It's Show Me the Cash. The front runner is still there at the mid-stretch marker, the leader by almost 2 lengths. Duke of Hamburg is targeting him second with less than a furlong to go. Relatively Ready, and Elusive Bluff is kicking in late. We'll try to get through in between horses. Trying to get to Show Me the Cash, still holding on. Duke of Hamburg, here's Elusive Bluff. Here's the wire. Elusive Bluff gets there to nip Show Me the Cash at the line. Close for third.
Elusive Bluff scoring the victory here. This one had broken his maiden in California, and they decided to bring him east for this performance. Well worth it as he scores by a neck over Show Me the Cash with Relatively Ready, completing the order of the top 3 as the favorite. The winner, Elusive Bluff, is a 2-year-old bay son of elusive quality from Megan's Bluff by Pine Bluff. Bred in Kentucky by Eldon Farms Equine and owned by Southern Equine Limited, trained by Eric Keogh and ridden to victory by Michael Bays. Elusive Bluff covers the mile in the 16th in 147.91. We'll head into a busy weekend's worth of stakes racing action in New York with the Jamaica for 3-year-olds on turf.
In the gate. And they're off. Thou Swell is sent to the lead. Thou Swell, give it his cue right from the outset. Roman Tiger's there with them on the outside. So it's Thou Swell to be the pacemaker, and the Roman Tiger lets him get out there by 2 lengths. Farther back, Gio Ponte now third on the outside. Over down toward the hedge, it's Wesley the Gray, who's now fourth. Court Vision on hold early. Then Reddy's Echo and Slambino takes up a position about 12 lengths from the freewheeling Thou Swell. Thou Swell opens up 4.5 on the field. Opening quarter over the off-going here, 24 4/5 seconds. And then it's Roman Tiger, who's second by another 4.5. Wesley is together with Gio Ponte, and then it's Court Vision, and then it's Reddy's Echo, and then at the back is Slambino. So the field spread out here behind Thou Swell, taking this front-running tack today, who leads by 2 with 5 furlongs to go. The opening half was 49 4/5 seconds. Moving quickly to the leader now, there goes Roman Tiger. Roman Tiger after Thou Swell. Wesley has been maneuvered to the outside there by Edgar Prado for a clear shot at the leaders. Gio Ponte's now fourth on the inside of Court Vision. Gio Ponte and Court Vision, those two about 3.5 lengths from the lead. Gio Ponte's going to come through on the inside. Court Vision will take the wide route into the stretch. Now they're moving toward the top of the lane. Roman Tiger narrow lead. Thou Swell second. Gio Ponte bottled up in behind them. Court Vision in the clear on the outside, and Wesley off the turn into the stretch. Here comes Court Vision on the outside. Now there's room for Gio Ponte at the rail. Now here's that final furlong between Court Vision and Gio Ponte. Gio Ponte and Court Vision. Those two coming down to the line together, and it is Court Vision on top. Gio Ponte down on the inside. Court Vision, Gio Ponte, and under the wire it is Court Vision. In a reversal of the Virginia Derby, defeating Gio Ponte today. Farther back, close for third, Reddy's Echo or Wesley.
Court Vision turning the tables on Gio Ponte, who had beaten him by a nose in the Virginia Derby on the turf over the early summer. Here scores the victory by 3/4 of a length under Ramon Dominguez. Gio Ponte running well to finish second, while splitting rivals Reddy's Echo rallies to third. The winner, Court Vision, a dark bay or brown son of Gulch from Weekend Storm by Stormbird, was bred in Kentucky by William S. Farish and Kilroy Thoroughbreds. Owned by IEAH Stable and Windstar Farm, trained by Bill Mott and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Court Vision covers the mile and an eighth on the turf in 149.75. Next up, 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Frisette.
And they're off. Sharp start for Gemswick Park on that far outside. Gemswick Park clears the field in the first 100 yards here. Gemswood Park from post 10 now angled over to the inside. War Echo is now running along in second. Miss Ocean City's right alongside her. Then Winning Brew fourth and Royal Belade fifth toward the inside. Collegiate is in hand and running sixth in between those two horses. Then it's Sky Diva, who's seventh at the rail. Heavenly Vision is eighth on the outside. 3 lengths back, and Persistently is ninth, about 10 lengths from the leader. Coffee and Bed's the trailer. 22-3 was the opening quarter mile here for Gemswick Park. Unreasonably fast. Leads by 2. War Echo runs second as they hit the half-mile mark. They're halfway home in 45-4. Testing fractions for this filly, Gemswood Park. Still leading by a length and a half. War Echo runs in second. Sky Diva on the inside. On the far outside, Winning Brew. Miss Ocean City's in between those two. She's now back to fifth. And then it's Heavenly Vision running in sixth. Collegiate has gone very wide and continues to blow the turn. Persistently still 7 or 8 from the lead. And the field turns for home. And the leader is still Gemswick Park. Here's War Echo to the attack at the top of the stretch. And Sky Diva. Sky Diva has taken the lead just outside the 8th pole. Sky Diva in front by 3, coming into the final 16th. Here's Persistently moving on late on the far outside, but no getting to Sky Diva, the winner of the Frisette with style. Persistently was second. Pacemaker Gemswick Park was third. War Echo was fourth.
Sky Diva scoring the victory, run her record to 2 for 2. She had broken her maiden by 10 in the slop at Delaware. A lot of these Delaware shippers are overlooked, but Steve Glaceris had already sent Monty Bavin to New York earlier this year. And over the last couple of years, horses like Fleet Alex and Barbaro have come out of maiden victories at Delaware Park to become national celebrities. The winner, Sky Diva, scores by 3 3/4, kicking away from the late-moving Persistently, who improved her position a little bit once she got off the rail. Gemswick Park showed very good early speed under pressure, settling for third. The winner, Sky Diva, a chestnut filly, a daughter of Sky Mesa from Swift Girl by Unbridled, was bred in Kentucky by John D. Murphy and is owned by Puglisi Racing, trained by Steve Clasaris and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Sky Diva covers the mile in 137.40. Next up, Grade 1 2-year-olds in the Champaign.
And they're off. Gone astray, there goes Vineyard Haven. Crib Note with early speed down from the inside. From the outside, there's AP Cardinal. AP Cardinal now head-to-head with Vineyard Haven as they run up the backstretch. Munnings up with the leaders now, third on the outside. Crib Note fourth toward the rail. Brave Victory on the far outside, fifth. Hello Broadway nudged along while in sixth. And then it's Ventana, seventh on the far outside. And Breakwater Edison is eighth toward the rail. Girolamo is ninth. And Gone Astray is the last of 10. Down the backstretch, Vineyard Haven knocking heads here with long shot AP Cardinal through a 22-3 opening quarter mile. Munnings up and down that hot pace. He's right there, third on the outside. Hello Broadway, right there in between horses. Here's Ventana. 4-5 wide move around the far turn. Crib Note continues to run along toward the rail, just 2.5 lengths from this battle up front. In the meantime, Brave Victory getting underway, along with Breakwater Edison, Gone Astray, and Girolamo are at the back, but they're still within striking range after a half in 45 2/5 seconds. Coming to the top of the stretch now, and it is Vineyard Haven who's beginning to shake loose. Vineyard Haven comes off the turn with a 2.5 length lead. Crib Note set down for the drive. Munnings is there on the outside. Munnings now second. Crib Note now third toward the inside. Gone Astray at the fences fourth, but Vineyard Haven is still there. He's in front by 4, coming to the final 16th. Munnings and Crib Note giving futile chase to this very promising 2-year-old. Vineyard Haven wins by 5 on the wire impressively in 136 flat, soundly defeating Munnings, Crib Note, and all the rest.
This was really an outstanding field of 2-year-olds, including a couple in from the Futurity and Vineyard Haven. The winner of the Hopeful came under a fair amount of early pressure from the outside by Cardinal Hill, was able to put that rival away and simply gallop away from this field, 5 3/4 lengths the better of Munnings, with Crib Note, who at least stayed in contention and stayed inside of horses, getting the victory. That was the horse that had rallied with such a huge bid last time out in Saratoga in the Hopeful, but ended up going very, very wide on the turn. Here he was able to make it a little bit of a tighter corner, although the question still has to be asked whether or not Crib Note is going to stretch out. No such questions for Vineyard Haven, who just galloped away from this field and who is nicely bred to go along. He was a private purchase after his maiden win down at Calder several races back. Vineyard Haven is a gray or roan son of Lido Palace from Princess Aloha by Aloha Prospector. Bred in Florida by Lynn Scase and owned by Bobby Frankel, Louis Lazanaro, and Diamond Pride Limited. Trained by Bobby Frankel and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado. Vineyard Haven covers the mile in 136.06. We'll wrap things up at Belmont with Sunday Stakes feature The Jerome going a flat mile on a sloppy racetrack.
And they're off. It's the Tara and Cool Coal Man. The entry mates go out 1-2 in the early going. And now Z Humor moves up from the inside. And Z Humor has put his head in front of Datara as they race up the backstretch. Tail of Akati is a close-up third on the outside. Cool Coal Man now back running in fourth. You and I Forever on the inside in fifth. It's a break of 3 to Harlem Rocker in sixth. And a 6-length gap back to Visionaire, who trails the field in seventh. Visionaire is about 15 lengths from the leader, and the leader is Z Humor. The opening quarter mile in 23 seconds. Z Humor leads by a length. Datara is second by a half length. Tail of Akati on the outside in third. You and I Forever is fourth, just 2.5 lengths from the front. Cool Coal Man in fifth, then the gray Harlem Rocker, and farther back is Visionaire. Now they're midway on the turn. They ran a half in 46 1/5 seconds, and it's big long shot Z Humor holding a narrow lead over Tail of Akati. You and I Forever into third. Datara has dropped out of it, and there's a quarter of a mile to the finish. Z Humor with the lead. 3/4 went in 1:10 and 2. Here's Tail of a Cuddy on the outside, and Tail of a Cuddy's in front. Z Humor, Harlem Rocker out in the middle of the track is gaining ground. They move for the 16th pole. It's Tail of a Cuddy in front. Then Harlem Rocker, You and I Forever at the rail. Tail of a Cuddy has won the Jerome Mile. You and I Forever second. Harlem Rocker was third.
Tail of a Cuddy, who of course had won the Wood at 9 furlongs, but still seems perhaps a little bit better going the one-turn configuration. Won the Futurity here last year with an inside move here. Goes right down the middle of the racetrack on the crown of that racetrack on a sloppy sealed surface. He scores by a length over You and I Forever, who appeared to be looking for good running room all the way through the stretch. Harlem Rocker rallies maybe a little bit of an early move while racing outside to third. The winner, Tail of a Cuddy, is a 3-year-old bay son of Tail of the Cat. From Silence Beauty by Sunday Silence, bred in Kentucky by Charles Fipke and owned by the breeder. Trained by Barclay Tagg and ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, Tail of a Cuddy covers the mile in 136.17. That'll wrap up a busy edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you'll be able to join us again next time as we take a look at stakes racing action from around the country. Until then, I'm Jean Wood. Have a great week at the races.